That's Atlas with Crawl, the biggest selling song in New Zealand back in 2007. Atlas frontman and current solo artist Sean Cunningham is returning to New Zealand after a very long absence to play a few shows with some old friends like Rodney Fisher and Emla Palmer, and perhaps even some of his old bandmates. We last spoke to Sean, who now lives in Nashville, last year when he released his solo album, whatever that is. So let's check in with him now and find out how the rest of his 2024 turned out and what he's got planned for 2025.
Things have been fantastic. Put the record out in June when we spoke last, and that was received extremely well. And did some touring through Europe to support that and here around the States as well, and just kind of been pushing that ever since and working on more music to come as
Very
well.
Cool. Yeah.
And gearing up to come to New Zealand and see you guys.
Yay. So is this the first time in a while you've been down here? When's the last time?
It is. It's the first time in over a decade.
Yow. Okay. So that's very cool. So I know you got a series of dates starting out with a couple up here in Auckland with Rodney Fisher. So tell me what you got planned for us.
Very excited. Yeah, Rodney is a good buddy of mine, and we are planning a couple shows. We're doing Auckland next Friday, the 17th,
right,
at Small Gods Tap Room in Eden Terrace.
Yeah, I'm in Eden Terrace right now. You'll be right around the corner from me.
Fantastic. Well, I hope to see you there.
Yeah.
And so we'll be playing that show next Friday, as well as Sunday, the 19th, in Matakana at the Stables.
Cool.
And very excited about those two shows in particular. You know, Rodney's just such an amazing talent, and it's really going to be a unique, cool, intimate songwriters showcase is kind of what we're trying to do. We've got a few special guests that'll be joining us, but each of us is going to present our own songs and tell stories and kind of give some history on what we've been up to and where these songs came from. And we'll both be playing some old hits as well as new songs as well.
Nice. So do you and Rodney go back a ways? Were you guys buddies back in the day when you Atlas and Goodshirt were touring the country?
Not as much back in the day when we were both very active. We kind of met near the end of my time in New Zealand, and then have just kind of stayed in touch over the years. So this will be a really good opportunity to get back together and do a show, kind of a throwback show, if you will.
Okay, all right. And then after that's done, you're heading out to the rest of the country with some other folks. So what's going to happen there? Is it the same kind of show, or is it a different setup?
Well, each one will be a little bit different. Still kind of doing an acoustic songwriter showcase style event. But like, for instance, I'll be going to Napier on the 23rd of January, and I'm going to be playing with a good buddy, Jason Mohe, formerly of the band The Come Downs. Okay. And they were a fantastic rock band releasing music around the same time as Atlas and Beyond Us as well. We'll be playing with him. Then I'll be doing a solo show in Taupo at Rosemary's. And same with the shows where I'm sharing a bill. It'll still be kind of a solo acoustic songwriter showcase where I'll be kind of explaining the history of some of the songs and like playing some Atlas stuff and talking about how we wrote those songs and how that all came to be. And then after that, I head down to Christchurch. And in Christchurch, I'll be playing with Moses Emmanuel, who was actually the original guitar player in Atlas. Right. As well as we'll be joined by Emla Palmer, formerly of Ivy Lies. Very good.
Nice. Yeah. So that's all. And are tickets on sale already? Are things in motion? Everything's happening?
Yes, all tickets for all of those shows are available on Under the Radar, undertheradar.co.nz, as well as the Matakana show is on sale on Eventbrite. But if you go on my Facebook or Rodney's Facebook, you can find appropriate links for both of those shows.
Right. Now, I think if I remember correctly, when we spoke last, you kind of teased that you might be doing some recording when you come here. Is that still on the cards, or what do you got? What do you think about?
That may be happening. Yeah. We're we're kind of still trying to hash out some of the details there. Whether it's some solo stuff of mine or maybe even doing a little stuff with some of the Atlas folk. We'll
Oh,
see. But yeah, we're just excited to all get together for the first time in years, and yeah, focusing right now on just getting back together, and we'll see what happens from there.
okay. The other thing I remember is we talked about the Beatles when we last spoke, and yeah, there you go.
There we go.
And I just reviewed the new Ringo Starr album, which is a country record. A lot of it was recorded where you are in Nashville. I was wondering what your thoughts were about that.
I haven't listened yet, so I'm actually
It's
anxious.
out officially on Friday, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Because I'd seen ads for it and everything, and I was very excited to hear. I saw he did a launch party in
Right?
London, and everybody, all of our favorite legends were there. So yeah, I'm anticipating that for sure. So what did you think?
I thought it was great. He's incredibly, since he's the oldest of all the Beatles, and he was the one that was most sickly. He almost died of tuberculosis or something when he was a kid. Now
Yeah,
here he is, 84 years old. He sounds and looks healthier than any of them. It's
that
amazing. His
that is.
voice is unchanged over the years. I mean, to be fair to Paul had much more range that he has to
Oh
deal with,
yeah, even I struggle to sing the Paul songs. They're up
but
there.
But when you hear Ringo now, it's just like, yep, there it's just like act naturally all over again.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've had the honor of seeing him a few times, and I also do a lot of work with the local theater here in town. That's a legendary theater, the Ryman Auditorium,
Right.
and I had the opportunity to meet and work his show about
Oh,
2 years ago. So
nice.
that was incredible experience.
I'll bet it was.
Yeah.
And just while I got you here, you're in Nashville. Things are happening in the U.S. You got the Trump thing taking over on the 20th. What's the vibe like over there?
Ah, man, I suppose for myself and a lot of friends, I feel like we've been avoiding even thinking about it.
Uh,
Like uh, anytime that subject comes up over here, it just everybody gets depressed really fast. So
right.
um, yeah, it's a disturbing thing.
Yeah.
You know, what can I say? I'm as shocked as anybody is here in the States and the rest of the world. Um, you know, I know everybody's got their different political beliefs or
Crazy.
anything, but personally, there will never be a day that I'll ever understand how this has all been able to happen.
All
So
right. Well, I
yeah,
see he's planning on taking over Canada, Greenland, and the Gulf of Mexico, renaming the Gulf of Mexico, and taking over the Panama Canal. So we can only hope that he doesn't know anything about New Zealand because he'll probably want that as well.
yeah. I hope not, because I may have to be heading back that way soon after this trip.
Cool. All right. Well, we can't wait to see you when you get here. It's like next week, isn't it? Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will arrive in Auckland on Tuesday, and yeah, it's going to be good to catch up with some people, and even more excited to be playing these shows, and just cannot wait to get everybody out and see some of these things. I'll also be I didn't mention I'll be playing in Akaroa on
Oh,
the
okay.
South Island, as well as Queenstown and Arrowtown
Cool.
for
All righty. Well, the
anybody
weather's
that
beautiful. It's summertime here, as you probably know, so you can get away
can't
from
wait.
the crappy weather that you're probably experiencing
Yeah,
as well.
get this sweater off.
It's a win-win. All righty. Very good. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and good luck with everything. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it, Marty. Thanks so
Right.
much. Cheers.
Okay. Bye-bye.